Hello, welcome to my channel Qubit Educational Services. In this video we are going to solve the 8th question from the NEST 2020 first shift from the mathematics section. This question says that suppose we are having a function defined on the closed interval -1 to 1 to the set of real numbers such that mod of f of x is less than or equal to x squared for all x in its domain, then f dash of 0 exists and it is negative, f dash of 0 does not exist, f dash of 0 exists but is equal to 0, and option 4, f dash of 0 exists but is positive. Okay, now we first write down the data. We know that the domain of this function is the closed interval -1 to 1 and its codomain is the set of real numbers. Okay, and we also know that for any value of x in its domain, the function is less than or equal to -x squared. All right, so we can also say that the range is also -1 to 1 due to this particular restriction. Okay, now first we will prove that the function is continuous and then we will prove that it is differentiable, because if the function is not continuous then it cannot be differentiable. Okay, we start by the inequality given to us and we write f of x as -x squared less than or equal to f of x less than or equal to x squared, and from this and by the sandwich principle we can very easily say that the limit of this function as x tends to 0 is 0. Now how can we say that f of 0 is also equal to 0? It's pretty simple. Again, start with the inequality and substitute x equal to 0. Now if mod of f of 0 is less than or equal to 0, it means f of 0 has to be equal to 0. Yes, because the least value of the absolute value function is 0 itself. So because the limit exists is equal to the value of the function at that point, the function is continuous, so it might be differentiable. Okay, now let us go to the differentiability. We will use the definition of the derivative and say that f dash of 0, if exists, will be equal to limit as h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 upon h minus 0, right? Okay, now we know that mod of f of x is less than or equal to x squared. Therefore we can make the following change and arrive at the ratio. Okay, how? F of 0 is anyway 0, so you can write it as mod of f of x minus f of 0 is less than or equal to x squared. Now divide both sides by mod x. Okay, now because we have x tending to 0, x cannot be equal to 0. Yes, so you can divide by mod x. Okay, so on the left hand side, what do you have now? You are having mod of f of x minus f of 0 upon x. Write that x as x minus 0. Okay, so we now have f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0's absolute value less than or equal to mod x. Now this ratio here inside the modulus sign is basically the same difference quotient that we have here, f of h minus f of 0 upon h minus 0, f of x minus f of 0 upon x minus 0, and here h tends to 0 and here we are having x tending to 0. Okay, so again by sandwich principle we can say that this limit exists and is equal to 0, because whenever anything is less than or equal to mod x, we can say that the thing lies between minus x and x. Okay, and again by sandwich principle we can say that the limit exists and is equal to limit of either minus x or x as x tends to 0, which is 0. Okay, now intuitively you can say that f dash of 0 is 0, but you need a proof in mathematics always. Okay, so what do I mean by intuitive proof or intuitive explanation? I would say, suppose we draw the parabolas y equal to x squared and y equal to minus x. Okay, now we know that our function is defined only for values between -1 and 1. So consider this pink graph, okay, that of f of x. Okay, it will be sandwiched between y equal to x squared and y equal to minus x squared, and these two graphs are intersecting and have a common tangent, which is the x-axis, whose equation is y equal to 0 which also has slope equal to 0. Okay, now as you go closer and closer to 0 from either left or right, these two curves or the gap between these two curves starts vanishing. But at the same time, you also know that the graph of f is sandwiched between these two curves. So having proved that f of 0 is 0, the graph also passes through origin, very much like y equal to x squared and y equal to minus x squared. And therefore you can say that the slope of the tangent to f at 0 will also be equal to 0, because now these three curves will share the same tangent, and that also takes us to the conclusion that dy by dx is indeed 0. Okay, so this was the explanation to question 8. In our next video we will see how to solve question number 9.